Thanks for coming here this morning to meet with me, to see whether mediation is going to be the way.
This mediation brings together Jackie, who until recently served as Artistic Director for Dance Innovation, or DI, and Mike, DI's Executive Director and Chairman of the Board, who dismissed Jackie midway through her 3-year contract. DI is a well-known modern dance company whose mission is to support the work of new choreographers. Jackie's job was to guide that mission. In her first year, Jackie created 2 of her own pieces, which were well received. She was nearing completion on a 3rd major work, Ensemble, which was to be the centerpiece of DI's upcoming season, when that piece became instead the focal point of a conflict between Mike and Jackie that culminated in her dismissal. Jackie consulted Conrad, a lawyer who represents artists. Conrad sent a letter to DI's lawyer, Joan, saying that since Ensemble was not yet complete, it belonged to the artist and that he would go to court to prevent the dance from being performed if DI planned to complete and put on the work without Jackie.
Speaking for Jackie, she has some interest in doing this. The truth of the matter, though, is she's been taken advantage of, and she's come to me in a bind. She can do what most artists would do, which is sort of go quietly, or she can stick up for herself, and she can say, no, it's wrong. You can't just use my services and then steal my work and take advantage of me that way, counting on the fact that it's the ethos in this profession to keep quiet. Mm-hmm. That kind of extortion, frankly, is not the kind of thing that she's going to settle for.
So if I understand you correctly, what you're saying is that she comes here with some intention to see if she can work things out, and that she has a kind of natural inclination and has in the past found herself kind of going along with things, and that represents a concern that you have in terms of this process.
The fact of the matter is, Jackie has done anything but sort of go along with things. We've had trouble with her fiscal responsibility. We've had trouble with some of her artistic work. There have been some works she's created that have been successful for the company, but there have been other works that have not. And I think it's very important that Jackie understand that if we do resolve this one way or the other, and that one way happens to be in court, it will be very expensive. Your reputation will be at issue. The company will not hold back if that's the way we choose to go. The company, at the same time, appreciates that there is some uncertainty in the judicial process.
So you come here, Joan, with some concerns as well. I hear a desire on your part to see if you can work things out on some basis that will not require having to litigate. You're also prepared to litigate if it's necessary. Is that correct?
I think that's correct.
The goal here really is to see if I can help you work together to make decisions based on what's important to you that will leave both sides in a position that's better off than you would have been if you were to proceed with litigation. I wouldn't act as the judge. The idea is that really the two of you are the judges, and that if we come to something that you both feel is right, then we've done our job, and if we don't, then you're hopefully no worse off other than the time and money that you've invested in this process.
I'm certainly not trying to tell you your business, but I don't understand how the 5 of us sitting in a room with Conrad making really rather inflammatory comments is going to further any understanding. The company acted in good faith in the discharge of what we thought were our obligations.
Well, that's up for dispute.
It may be up for dispute. I'd wonder whether it wouldn't be more helpful if we met separately with you, and if you want to convey our views or convey their views, fine, but I really don't see that this face-to-face meeting is going to advance anything.
Mm-hmm. I want to hear what you're going to say, and I want to hear what you're going to say, because already she said something that isn't true, which is that some of my works are not well received. The works that were not well received were the works by the newer choreographers. And I kept telling you, you know, it's hard to find good young choreographers whose works are going to be up to the level that I thought this company was interested in.
Well, I'm hearing two different things here. One is, it sounds like you were upset by the way Conrad characterized the actions of the company.
I don't see how I could have been other than upset, and I can't understand how he could have thought other than what he was saying was upsetting.
Right. I do think that that's a normal part of the mediation process. The question is, given that upset and the fact that you have your differences, whether or not meeting in the same room is going to be a productive way of dealing with those differences. And I'm hearing from you that you want to be here to know not just what's said by your side, but what's said by the other. And I guess
Gary started the mediation seeking to assure that Mike and Jackie become full, active, and responsible participants in the process. In the approach to mediation we have been developing through the Center for Mediation in Law, we believe that it is the parties, rather than the professionals, who ultimately have the best understanding of what underlies their dispute, although the intensity of the conflict can obscure their view. It is the parties' conflict, and they hold the key to reaching a solution that best serves them both.